Yeah, maybe, but the racket will talk.
Welcome to episode 12 of the Racket Will Talk podcast. We are both here in London because it's Wimbledon time, and we are rather intimately sharing a single mic because we couldn't figure out quite yet how to get it working with two mics. So maybe this will sound a bit weird. Maybe you won't be able to hear the difference, but here we are, and we're sat kind of awkwardly close together, I guess. 2 hours in, and we've managed to make something work, hopefully. So, tomorrow is the start of Wimbledon. As we're here today, it's Sunday, the 29th of June, and tomorrow we finally get on to the best slam of the season. We thought we'd do a little chat about the draws, and also our kind of overall favourites for Wimbledon, both on the men's and women's side. We'll start off with the power rankings, which, unlike before Roland Garros, there's not that much to go on. There's a lot of players only play one tournament, and even then can't be that indicative. So they're kind of a combination of previous grass results, previous Wimbledon results, slam prowess, etc. We'll start with the men. Would you like to go first? How many have you got, by the way?
I have top 8 for both men and women. So let's start with the ATP. At number 8, I have Yuri Lehechka, which might be a surprise to some of you because I'm basically just basing this off of one good week on grass, which he had in Queen, taking Alcaraz to 3 sets in the final. But I do think there is some merit to this idea, but also it is, I think, quite telling of the fact that I just don't have that many actual favourites coming in. Or I have 3, and everyone has the same 3, and from there, it's you kind of pick and choose what you think has value. So I can see a decent run maybe for Lehechka, so I'll go with him at number 8.
You always had to dig quite deep. I didn't find it that hard to get 8, but Lehechka's was kind of out there. There's like one good tournament on grass in his career, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he beat anyone particularly good?
Yeah.
Do we know who they were?
I think I saw it, but I don't actually remember.
We'll have to consult the internet.
Yeah, sure. He beat Draper.
Oh, yes, of course.
That's good. Thirdly, that's decent.
And
Diallo. And Deminor.
Yeah, okay.
Strong week in Queens.
It's a decent week. I mean, counting Fernley and Diallo is like...
They're decent.
They're decent, yeah. They're decent, yeah. So there's Lehechka. He's the 8th favourite to win Wimbledon. How far we've fallen on the men's side. This is like was it 2019? Was it 2019 where loads of the kind of good-ish young players, it was like Thiem and Zverev and Tsitsipas, stuff like that, they lost really early, and like Felix, who had, I feel like, never won a slam match, was like a top 5 favourite or something like that. People were talking about him as...
Yeah, it might have been 2018, yeah.
So that feels very much like this when everyone's clutching at straws. He obviously Lehechka made the Queen's final and got a set off Alcaraz, so, you know. I have, for number 8 in my men's power rankings, I've got Lorenzo Musetti. I think he's a great natural surfaces player, and he is injured, I believe, a little bit, somewhere. I don't know where the injury is, but he seems he didn't play a grass warm-up tournament, and he pulled out of that exhibition thing. So this is why he's low down. He would otherwise be much higher up on my list. And he's been really good this year, and like in general over the natural surfaces, been really good in the last 2 seasons. So he's my number 8. Who do you have at number 7?
I have Medvedev, which is...
Just saying anything.
Also someone who had a decent week this year on grass. And then it's basically out of respect for the player he has been. Maybe he used to be, I guess we'll find out. No, he did make the semis last year, so I'm not actually searching that far away in time. So, I mean, yeah, Medvedev, I think, is still in best of 5 a decent player. Still knows how to find his way around that format, I suppose. So, yeah, and he has had good Wimbledon results, like making the semis 2 years in a row, in 23 and 24. He's probably worse than when he did those things, but I don't think it's that far of a stretch.
Okay. I've been burned by the Medvedev might still be good thing too many times, so I'm over him. He has to prove something special to me. For my number 7, I have the fellow who beat Medvedev in Halle, Bublik, who also kind of, I don't know, he seems to be ATP fans' like new darling. Like whenever I now go into the comment section of a tennis Twitter YouTube video or something like that, they're all saying, "Ooh, Bublik is an outsider for this year's. You know, ooh, what about Bublik? You know, he could beat Sinner." Obviously he did, but you know, in a slam, it's not happening. But you know, got to respect the fact he's on decent form. Beat Yannick in Halle, won Halle, did quite well in Roland Garros. What was it, a quarter-final?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, on a surface that he hates. Yeah, I think good enough player.
Good enough to be my number 6, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, my number 6 is Bublik for reasons similar to what you highlighted. I do think he has actually improved. You know, it's not just about he's focused. You know, he's trying for whatever reason. I think, well, that's a part of it, of course. But as a player, I am seeing things that I just never saw from him before, even when he was playing well, when he won Halle the first time. It feels like he's a better baseliner, you know? I feel like he can actually hang in rallies, he can defend sometimes. He can find his way around points which aren't just serve domination. So I do think something might have changed. Of course, we are still hoping, well, for the sake of this power ranking, hoping that he'll do well for a 3rd consecutive tournament, which you can't feel that confident about in many ways, but that's what we have, and so yeah, he's my number 6.
He also feels like the kind of guy who'd be like, I've proven it now, you know, I did well in a slam when I wasn't expected to, I beat Sinner and I won Halle, like, yeah, hard to imagine the motivation and everything stays for that long. At number 6, I have Jack Draper. Might be a bit low for some people, but yeah, I'm concerned with the Bublik loss. I know I didn't watch the match, but I'm concerned by the fact that he lost to Bublik in best of 5 on clay. Like that is, yeah, it's not a good loss. I think for these kind of elite players, you want them to be someone like Draper. I don't think of him as having a ridiculously high ceiling, so I want him to therefore be relatively upset proof so that he can keep putting himself in the position to win. I need him to kind of be Pegula-y rather than, you're not going to come out and say Draper had loads of bad results recently, but he always could, you know, light up and beat everyone. So yeah, not sold on him. And then he also, he lost to Lehechka in Queens, which is kind of another not a great loss. But having said that, I did tweet like 2 weeks ago that if Alcaraz was tired for Wimbledon, I can imagine Jack Draper winning. I don't remember saying that, and I would be very surprised if that happened, because I think a lot would have to go right for him.
I see that for sure. Next up at my number, that's 5, I think. Yeah, I have Fritz, Taylor Fritz, who has had a great grass season, has kind of gotten his season back on track, I think is the best way to put it. He had been dealing with an injury for actually several months. I think even early on in the Sunshine Hurdle Swing, I think he was still quite injured, and then he had to move on to clay, which never his favorite even when he's healthy. So, you know, there were reasons to be concerned about Fritz this year, but I do think he's basically back to the top player we saw emerge last year. So he won 2 titles in Stuttgart and Eastbourne yesterday, yeah. And I just think he's good on grass. I mean, we know that he made the semis last year.
No. Wimbledon? No.
Did he not?
There's too many people who you're putting in the semis.
Quarters, mid-quarters. And I think he lost to like Musetti.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think he can do very well here, and I would actually be quite surprised if he underperformed.
Yeah. At number 5, I have Holger Rune, who I'm going to guess is probably not on your list. But always going to be on my, pretty much always going to be on my power rankings kind of before a slam, unless I keep doing this for like 5 years and nothing comes of him. But I think he has a game that should work on grass. He got to some relevant stage last year. Maybe it was the quarterfinals, and he got beat down by Djokovic.
He might. I think he has had some good. He lost to Alcaraz in 23. I think.
Yeah, I think he lost to Alcaraz and Djokovic last 2 years.
Yeah, that's decent enough.
But they were both pretty bad performances.
Yes, I'll say.
But I still think he is very, 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 very good. I'm won over by his tennismo. So he's my number 5.
At number 4, I have Jack Draper, which I think is about many different things. I think the loss to Lehechka actually in Queens probably not that relevant. I think he has been a bit ill, so I'm not putting that much stock in that. I think he has proven that he can be good on grass, quite a few times before. And even though he has actually never made it past round 2 at Wimbledon, which could be a red flag for number 4 on the
Jack Draper?
Yeah.
What happened last year?
He lost to Nuri for some reason.
Oh yeah, I remember that was an awful performance.
Yes, but I do think he has gone quite a long way since, and he has become a top player who I would expect to just be able to hang with most people and to even someone who is playing great. I think there's just a lot to like about his game on grass. Slight maybe concern about the pressure of being top 5 seed British man at Wimbledon, but still I feel good about him, as good as you can feel about someone who isn't in that top 3. So
I don't think if I'm being honest, I don't think the pressure is the thing that would get to him. I think it's the fact that there are 3 players who are so much better than him.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, like he could have an early-ish round upset because of pressure, I guess. But and a tough draw as well for Jack Draper, which we'll, I guess, touch on later. At number 4, I have Taylor Fritz, 4-time Eastbourne champion, 2 grass titles this grass season, which is quite a lot because there's only 4 weeks of play. 3
actually before Wimbledon.
Well, 3 before Wimbledon. So you can possibly win 4 titles if you are, I don't know, incredibly good and incredibly keen to vulture. You could do that, and he got 2. So very good on grass. The slim pickings, so that's why he's so high up. And I think both Rune and Draper and Musetti don't have grass titles, so actually Fritz is the most grass titles out of the kind of outsider guys. Bublik was also there. Wait, so Fritz must have at least 5 grass titles, which is crazy. That's like a lot.
It is.
And he loves the UK. Maybe he'll take his love for Eastbourne, up north.
At number 3, I have Novak Djokovic. Some may say I did him dirty in the clay power rankings, but
well, the results would say that as well.
Yes, he did. I guess kind of prove me wrong. He was actually pretty great in RG in many ways. The serve looked pretty great. His game in general just looked really good. I mean, he just had to take on his probably worst matchup on tour right now. And even then, he made quite, at least 2 sets very competitive. So lots to feel good about when it comes to Djokovic coming in. Obviously, possibly the best grass quarter ever, and still has the game to make it really, really far, possibly even to a final. So I also don't see many people being able to upset him at Wimbledon. I mean, considering the fact that he was basically still injured last year and still he was a finalist.
So, and easy as well. He made it there very easily.
Yeah, he wasn't even pushed that far. So still think there's quite a bit of margin when it comes to Djokovic at Wimbledon. So should be able to go really deep and be a big threat on the last weekend.
And I think the gap between him and everyone else who isn't the top 2 is bigger than on any other surface. So, like you said, he'll make it through quite easily unless someone made some big improvements that we haven't seen. At number 3, I also have Djokovic. 7-time champion. Honestly, I could have put him 2. I see an argument for him being number 2. That's I am a bit concerned about the return because I know it's worse than it used to be, and I think that is affected more on grass. I think like clay is the surface he's going to get the most time for it. Grass is the surface where he gets rushed the most. So yeah, I'm actually kind of amazed how well he did at Wimbledon last year, considering that yeah, he's my number 3.
Number 2, I have Yannick Sinner for, I think, pretty obvious reasons. Not that concerned about the harder loss to Bublik, honestly. It's just best of 3 against someone who has huge weapons on a super quick court. Not that concerned about it. And beyond that, you just look at, over basically 2 years of elite level consistency has really created a big gap with like 99% of players on tour. So lots to feel good about. Probably is making the final and possibly even pushing Alcaraz to, spoiler alert, both of our on number 1. I think he is very much still a contender, even though he's only number 2 here.
Yeah, I also have Sinner number 2. I think I feel probably more concerned about the Halle loss than you do, and I do feel I'm not super confident at him making the final, actually. I think it's going to be a bit of a hard stretch right now. Roland Garros final was obviously very hard for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he did lose a little bit earlier than we think he would. But then, having said that, I don't know if his draw would even allow for that. And I don't know. Have we seen what's his best performance ever on grass at Wimbledon, at least?
Semis in 22.
Well,
no, is it 23 or 22?
What? Where he
I think
was
it's 23. Yeah.
Semis in 23 against
Djokovic. He lost.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know that much. But that wasn't the one where he was up 2 sets.
No, that was the quarters in 22.
Yeah, okay. So I don't remember the semis in 22. Oh, wasn't it straight sets loss?
Oh yeah, it was actually pretty disappointing.
Yeah, okay. But that's his best match.
No, it's not his best match. It's his best result.
Best result? No. So what do you think is his best Wimbledon performance?
Right. I guess the best name he's beat at Wimbledon is Alcaraz in 22.
Yeah. So it's what I mean. It's just I haven't seen anything that excellent from him at Wimbledon yet. So I don't know. I know he was injured or sick or something in the Medvedev match last year, but I don't think I'm as sold on him on grass as everyone else is, even though I acknowledge that obviously he is, if not already elite, he will be elite at some point on grass. Number 1.
Both of us have, no surprise, Alcaraz at number 1. I actually feel that Queen's Week felt actually pretty big, which honestly it shouldn't. He won Roland Garros. He had this amazing final there. So honestly, I don't think anyone would have minded if he lost earlier in Queens. But actually, it was really impressive the way he just came through that week. I don't think he was really at his best for most of it, but he just found ways to make it really easy for him. Served amazingly well in most matches. So that's obviously a pretty scary sign, because you would say that's one of his weaker attributes on grass. And yet he was hitting aces left, right and center quite literally all throughout that week. So a lot to feel good about. Obviously 2 times defending champion has proved above and beyond that he is an excellent grass courter who once again is looking to be a strong favourite coming in.
Yeah, obviously Alcaraz, 2-time defending champion. I would actually be quite surprised if he doesn't win, which is an insane thing to say because back-to-back Channel Slams is an insane thing to do. But the way he just rolled through Queens, he had that match against Munar, but on the whole, you wouldn't be surprised if there was a loss in there, given everything. But I just think he is so good on grass, really, and if that serve is booming as it was in Queens. Like, good luck. On to the women's. I'm gonna hide mine because they're a bit more. Have you been looking?
No.
On to the women's. You go first.
Sure. At number 8, I have Alexandrova.
That's just crazy.
Is it? I think she's a top 10 grass courter.
Yeah, but it's a slam. Like,
she just did pretty well at the slam. Last slam.
how well?
She lost in the 4th round to Goff. The champion. That's fine. That's
Okay.
decent.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I love her game on grass. I think it just really fantastic in many ways. Just the way she produces her shots, that running forehand, that serve, just so really quite a lot to like about her on grass. Has won titles in the past, and probably should have won this year as well. Had she not choked that match against Mertens. Yeah, so I feel good about her for some
to win Wimbledon.
I mean, no, but I feel good about her being the A favourite to win Wimbledon. I think it makes sense.
Okay. At number 8, I have Onströmer. I think she's the best grass courter of this generation, and I think that the results definitely won't show that. She has been, I don't know, injured for like 2 years or something. She obviously, if she got to the final, she'd lose no matter who she was playing, seemingly. But I just can't live in a world where she's not won a Wimbledon. And yeah, I think her game is excellent on grass. And I really do genuinely think, like, if Ons is good in this tournament, she can beat anyone. As long as it's not a final. But she did the Sabalenka back in a back-to-back in 3 sets thing few years ago. So I don't think anyone has as good a CV of players beaten on grass. And she's obviously got 2 grass court titles. So number 8, I think is fair enough. Would you be more surprised if Alexandrova won Wimbledon or if Jabeur won Wimbledon?
I guess I would be more surprised if Alexandrova did it. Actually, honestly, at this stage, it's like 50-50. I would be really shocked, actually, if On won. But yeah, I understand the logic behind it. At number 7, might be actually a bit surprising, I have Mira Andreeva, which is a bit low for someone who I kept saying would win Wimbledon this year.
I said that. You agreed.
I agreed, okay. I think a bunch of times. Yeah, but the vibes are actually not good right now, I think it's fair to say. Honestly, I didn't think that Boisson loss would be a problem looking further ahead, and I felt like she handled it like quite gracefully as well, She said, I don't think the crowd was all that bad, I just...
You're lying.
She said that?
No, she's lying.
Oh yeah. But she handled that about as well as she could. And in my mind, it was like, she got by a really partisan crowd. That happens to a lot of long players, happened to Alcaraz actually a few years back. So I wasn't concerned about it actually at all. But then she showed up on grass and she just looks really nervous like early on, and then she'll have leads in matches and something will go like wrong and she miss a bit and lose her lead, and she just looks really tense and gets mad very quickly, and it's something seems a bit off at the moment, I would say. So yeah, I just don't feel as good about her as I thought I would coming in.
Yeah, I usually with someone like her, I would think matches the results in advance don't really tell that much, and I always think that she can pretty much outplay anyone. But the manner of the results and the performances has been really weird. Wasn't it she was up a set and she started having a tantrum? In Berlin?
It might have been, I think it was against Freck or something.
Yeah, which is just bizarre.
Yeah.
Up a set against Freck in Berlin. You're good. There's no jeopardy here at all. Just keep playing the match. I mean, bit of, I don't know, teenage angst or something. I'm just realising, looking down here, despite saying for the last 3 years that Andreeva will win Wimbledon, I've forgotten to include her at all. Which I don't feel that mad about. I mean, I probably would put her above Ons if I, now thinking about it, but yeah, she's not on there.
That's also what happened to me with Musetti. I literally forgot.
Okay, I was thinking whether you, because the Hechka over him is crazy. At number 7, I have Coco Gauff. Might be quite low down, but actually I'm really not moved by her grass history. The fact that she made the 4th round when she was 15 and hasn't gone any further since, not great. And it's not even really like she's had terrible draws. Like the way, you could tell that she was in a good place in Roland Garros because she kept losing to Iga. At Wimbledon, it's like, lots of players seem to be able to get her. So on here, because she's one of the best players in the world and because she is pretty good at winning slams, but low-ish down because I just don't think she's great on grass yet. I think it's easy to rush her, and it's harder for her to defend as well because the surface is a bit faster and a bit slicker.
At number 6, I have Iga Świątek, which I think is fair enough. She had just had, sort of one of her best weeks on grass just now. She got together quite a few good wins, which you like to see. I mean, I think
including the 8th favourite for Wimbledon.
Right. Yes.
She beat Alexandrova.
I'm just realizing I forgot to include Paolini.
I don't think you need to.
Okay.
There's a name that I'm looking at that is much worse, but the people will find out.
Yes. Anyway, I think she played well just now until that final, actually, where she kind of lost her way in some sense. But she served really well, which you wouldn't have expected after the way things went in RG and I guess for most of this year. But she just seemed way more confident for most of it. I mean, she was hitting her forehand really well, which is a pretty big sign that something has... I mean, she might have figured something out. That's not to say that, she'll hit it perfectly all the way through Wimbledon, but good signs. Good enough signs for me to feel like something might be brewing here. And, obviously there's some leftover respect for her pedigree in tennis overall over the last 5 years or so.
Also, crucially, she drew Polina Kudermetova in round 1. So we'll see how the prophecy goes. Number 6, I have Amanda Anisimova, who is not on your list.
I literally forgot about her.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah. Genuinely, I think she's very good on grass. I think she's a very, very good player, and I'm going to keep putting her on my power rankings because she made the final in Queens. She lost to Tatiana Maria, which I think everyone saw coming. I definitely saw coming because, what's the recipe for beating Anisimova? It's moving her around, keeping the ball low, and making sure she can't just hit over shots with her unparalleled ground stroke. So if she could avoid those kind of players, if she can avoid toolsy players, I think she's going to go really far. I've forgotten what her draw looks like, but I'm super high on her. I think she's a great player and good on grass, and she's made the quarterfinals before where she lost to Halep.
Yes.
I believe in 2022.
Correct. Yeah. At number 5, I have Coco Gauff, which is mostly out of respect for... this sounds kind of weird, right? Out of respect for her Roland Garros runs, but that's kind of what it is. It's just... I think she's... At slams, I think really just turns it up quite often and just finds a way to beat players that she should beat, even though sometimes doesn't look that great, even though that's just, it is what it is. I think she can do pretty well here. I think she just needs to figure a few things out. Serve well would be big, which she's capable of. So there is potential there. Don't feel that strongly about it, but on the whole, I think she deserves that much respect, or at least somewhere around that.
Who is that?
I think it's Pat Cash.
Oh yeah, okay. We're watching some Wimbledon finals from 150,000 years ago, and even Nendel's just lost, so could be one of many many matches, many Grand Slam finals. At number 5, I have... We're number 5? Yeah, I have Iga Swiatek. Winningest slam of the 2020s or something like that. How would you say that? She's won the most slams of any WTA player of the 2020s. She's had a career best result, I suppose, in that Bad Homburg final. She has had previous decent showings at Wimbledon. Last year less good than years before, but that quarter final was super promising. I mean, lots of people thought she should have won that tournament. I was not one of them, but just a great player, deserves to be high up on any power rankings of a slam that we do, I think, for a while now. I think the weight of her back of clay and all those points that she was carrying maybe is a good thing. And basically exactly as you predicted. I remember you said if she does well, you think it would be after Roland Garros. If she has a good run, it won't be at Roland Garros, it'll be after, when everything's kind of wiped off. Yeah, and I guess in that sense she did better than I thought she would at RG. So maybe things are looking up, maybe. Yeah. And she'll quite likely make the semi-final if her season's anything to go by. My number 4 is Marketa Vondrousova. Oh, okay. I didn't see her name on there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, of course she's there. Wimbledon champion, as we all know, and Berlin champion now. And it's obviously I wouldn't put money on her winning Wimbledon again, because there's just so much unpredictability when it comes to her. But the skill set on grass is really impressive. There's so much to like about her on that surface, and she just proved that again, winning Berlin and beating really great players along the way. And that's basically what it comes down to. Maybe she'll win first round, but even if she does, I won't regret putting her that high up, because I think there are just reasons to respect her to that extent at this tournament, in this form, in this moment. Yeah. Can you name some of the great players that she beat on the way to Berlin? Yes, I can. Off the top of your head? Sure. Okay. Sabalenka. Yes. Keys. And Pegula. You don't have Keys on your... She didn't beat Pegula. Oh. You don't have Keys on your power rankings. How do I keep forgetting so many people? That's kind of wild. Okay. You know what? Executive change right now. So Alexander and Jubal gone, and are being replaced by Anisimova and Keys. So Keys is what, the 8th favourite? No, she's 7th. 7th. Okay, there you go. Sam did his, just randomly, and we just completely forgot some players. Yes. Paulini included. Yeah, I agree. My number 4 is also Marketa Vondrousova, which is funny because we probably wouldn't have thought that before the grass season, but as much as everyone says, super random Wimbledon champion, she didn't deserve it. She was a lucky winner. She's now gone and won the most stacked, it's typically the most stacked grass lead up, beating some legitimately good players on the way. So I don't think you can really deny that. Someone who's won Wimbledon and another grass court title, they might actually be good on grass, no matter what you have decided about them, and especially if that other grass court title is Berlin 500. So yeah, and I think her game makes a lot of sense on grass. So she is my 4th favourite, and honestly, I had to fight with myself not to put her 2nd. I can see that. Yeah. At number 3, I have Jessica Pegula, which I know you regret because it's a terrible choice. No, I stand by it. I think she's just... There is actually a lot to like about her game on grass as well, and it's something about her flat hitting and just the way she actually competes really well on grass, which I think you do need, because I think actually, that was a good example of that in Berlin when she... in Bad Homburg when she came back against Noskova. She just never actually panicked, even though Noskova was hitting thousands of aces and winners all over the place, and she just stayed in that match and found an opportunity, and there she was. And in that final against Swiatek as well, she just competed super well on big points, and that's also, I think, really key
on grass in general. Everywhere, truly, but especially so when holding and breaking can feel even more like momentous, I guess. Just lots to like about her. It doesn't feel like she has like a big thing to prove at slams anymore because she has made a final now. So feel good about Pegula coming in.
So you think she's going to scam her way to a Grand Slam title? The first ever Grand Scam champion?
I mean, it might be one of her last chances, so maybe?
Based on what?
On vibes.
Okay. Yeah, the vibes were gone millions of years ago, though, and yet we're still here. At number 3, I have Elena Rybakina. As we all know, she is far and away the best grass court player. She just struggles in the big moments. Not my words, but other people's. No, but she's good on grass. She made the semis last year. She made the quarters the year before, and she won the title in 2022. So, good on every surface. Just pretty much one of the elite, and grass probably her best surface, especially in comparison to the field. She's always going to be a top favourite and like a decent preparation, right? Had match points against Sabalenka in Berlin. What else? Did she play another tournament? She lost to Tatiana Maria in Queens as well, as did like half of the people who were on this power ranking, or mine at least. Yeah, not yours.
I added them in.
Number 3 is Rybakina.
At number 2, I have Elena Rybakina. I'm probably higher on her on grass than you are.
Yes, everyone is.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. There's just a lot to like about her there. Just something about the way she produces like her shot making. It feels like it goes through like even quicker. Like everything just feels right when you watch her on the surface. I guess again, unless she's up against Tatiana Maria, I suppose.
Or Krejcikova.
Yeah, well, it just makes sense. You watch her and it's like, okay, it can actually sometimes it can look like really dazzling, and it can look like really incredible.
We are not watching the same thing.
I mean, I watched her against Wozniacki last year, and it's like the type of performance like basically only her can produce in that setting at that tournament. Okay. So I think she should do really great. There is always like a very slight concern at the moment because she loses a lot of tight matches. Did that once again against Sabalenka in Berlin. Should have won that, honestly. That match, don't say the title, but at least that match for sure. And so I not fully confident about her, or honestly about anyone else. We'll come on to talk about that when we preview the draw. But just on paper, Rybakina on grass, I always favour to do really well.
At number 2, I have Madison Keys. She should have won last year. She retired up against Paolini, injured. I think she's an incredible player, and I think she's got great skills, and I think she, more so than a lot of someone like Rybakina, I think she can handle more on grass. Rybakina, like, she's lost to toolsy players quite a bit. Maria last year, Krejcikova, and Ons the year before. Okay, she also beat Ons, but it was in a final. Keys, I kind of trust more to get through other types of players who might be in her way. She's also obviously won a slam this year, and just in general had a good season, so she's my number 2 for.
At number 1, I have Aryna Sabalenka, who once again, coming into a slam, looks like the big time favourite, which has become actually very common over the past 2 years or so. And I feel better about her than about anyone else coming into this event, which is not saying as much as you would think, but it is saying something. Obviously, by far the most consistent slam player of the past several years now, just seems able to deal with whatever you throw at her. I guess except Shaw in the big final. That's what has happened this year. But even so, also should do really well on grass. Has the tools for it, the weapon for it, especially. And yeah, I think deserves a spot. World number 1. Great on quicker surfaces as well.
Yeah. And kind of, I'll just talk about her in my own right. So Sabalenka, my number 1 as well, of course. She's missed last year. She missed due to back injury. 2 years ago she was banned, so she's actually only played 1 Wimbledon in the last 3 years, 3 seasons. One of the last 3. On the 2 she played, she made the semis in both of them. So, and lost in 3 sets in both of them. So actually, her Wimbledon performances have been very, very good, and people forget because she's had to miss a few of them. As you said, best slam player at the moment, best non-slam player as well. Decent effort in the warm-ups, she was at semi-final, she lost to Vondrousova. Yeah, so hard to look past her as the favourite. Good game for grass. Decent game for grass. Oh, yeah. This is another thing I wanted to touch on. Do you have any other notes on the power rankings? No. Apart from the fact that yours were all fucked up.
Oh yeah, literally so fucked up actually. Kids should have been higher, but it would have been too complicated to actually put her in the middle of it, so I just put her at the end. Okay.
A point I want to say about grass. I want to ask you what you think makes a good grass court player.
I think serve first. Before anything, I think serve. Which maybe is not quite fair because you have seen Kerber, you have seen Halep do really well at Wimbledon, but it's just a way to make your life easier, and I think overall it's really helpful. But I think that's what you would mention as well. I'll let you make your point because I already know what it is.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
My thing about grass court tennis is that everyone's opinions and ideas on what makes a good grass player are wrong. And everyone just assumes, this is this fast surface, which means the most important things are serve big, hit hard. You got to have big ground strokes and a big serve. And then they go, Sabalenka and Rybakina and I guess Alexandrova should win every year. Why isn't Naomi better on grass? All this kind of stuff. I suggest that actually our ideas of what makes a good grass court player, and this is especially for the women, is inaccurate. And the players that we see kind of outperforming what you expect of them are the toolsy players. So it's players with a good return, players with a good slice and the ability to hit off low balls, and players who can also get low themselves. Yeah, and just generally toolsy players. And it shows, I already said this to Sam before, but it shows because you can look at who won the titles this year on the grass, even if we're just keeping it to this year. Tatiana Maria, toolsy player, not a although she was kind of serve botting at Queen's, but apparently everyone was. But she is above everything. She is a slicer. She literally slices both sides. Elise Mertens, toolsy. Vondrousova, toolsy. Maya Joint, toolsy?
Not sure about that actually.
No, okay. I don't know anything much about her. Pegula, pretty toolsy. Kessler's kind of the only basher I'd say on there. But the point is, and you could look at previous Wimbledon results as well to back this up, I don't think it's this, you hit big, you serve big, and therefore you're good. I actually think the return is more important. And I kind of especially think that's true on the men.
Oh yeah, that I always agree because everyone serves super big on the men. So the difference maker is often the return. Mm-hmm. On the women's, I do think a great serve can actually can get you really far.
Can you think of someone who has done better recently, who's a big server? And Sabalenka and Rybakina are two of the best players everywhere though, right?
I mean, I guess that's true. Okay, yeah.
If I was to say Vondrousova outperformed what her regular level is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For example.
That's true.
Can you think of someone who did that, who fits the mould of being a big server?
I mean, it's not recently, but Sabine
You
Lessig.
should say that.
No,
Yeah.
it's true.
And who beat her in the final?
Bartoli. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, but even then, it's
Who's Toolsy?
yeah.
So Toolsy beats Bashi.
I think it's just something about that match specifically, but that we are talking about like overall trends. But I do think, overall, I actually agree with you. I'm just
Okay.
arguing for the sake of it.
And you can look at history as well, like for the women especially. Maresmo, you've got who else won? Well, Kerber, Halep. Who else has won?
So
Obviously,
so sisters.
yeah. The Venus and Serena are just good at everything. Like that's and their serves helped them a lot. But I just don't think. Basically, I think the general perception is so strong in one direction.
Yeah.
And I think it needs to be pushed back on. Like, I'm not saying fuck serves, don't train on serves. You know, that's nonsense. But like, I don't think of it being the big decider in the way that we just tend to assume it is. And that's why Naomi's crap on grass. One of the reasons. There's lots of them. Navarro, great last year.
Sure. No, it's true. She played good.
Yeah, she would be 9th in my power rankings, I think.
Hmm.
Okay, I think we could... Kvitova, though. Big server.
Yeah.
Forgot about her. I think we can go on to the draw sort of dissection.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So, women or men?
Men.
Men? Okay. So, we'll kind of do it the same way that we did last time, I think, which is kind of break them into quarters and go through it that way. So the first quarter, we've got Sinner, who's obviously the number 1 seed, would be projected to play Musetti, who's the number 7 seed. Sinner opens against Luca Nardi. Could play then Vukic in round 2, Shapovalov or Lofhagen in round 3, and round 4 he could face Dimitrov, Mute, Medjedovic or Tommy Paul. What are the thoughts on Sinner's draw?
Pretty good. I mean, the first 2 matches especially are
3.
3, yeah, it's true. Are really comfortable, which is what you would want actually, because by the time he gets to the 4th round, you would assume he is like playing well enough to beat mostly everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good. It's solid. He'll probably should be able to maneuver his way. Honestly, I would even say
I don't think it's a maneuver. I think he's walking straight through that.
to the semis. Yeah, I think that seems really likely for many reasons. I mean, he basically steamrolled the fields in RG until he lost to Alcaraz in 5. So put him up against people he should beat, and you just feel really great about it. And it's probably not even going to be all that dramatic or like even interesting. It's something about the way his game has developed and the player he has become is just that guy who, against opposition he should beat, will in fact beat them comfortably.
He's a bully.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, I think round 4 against Tommy Paul is probably the only mildly interesting one there. Dimitrov could be, but he's obviously not going to make it there because he has to do his retiring first. Mute could be fun if he gets there. Just made a final on grass.
Sure.
He had that lead against him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's very toolsy. What would you rate Yannick's draw to the quarters out of 5?
It's like a 4.5.
I got 4.5 as well. Yeah. Then in his seed is Musetti, and Musetti opens against Basilashvili, who's qualified. I don't know if anyone really cares about him anymore. He used to be kind of good.
Probably the hardest hitter on tour.
Yeah, but
generally, like he bashes like nobody's business. Actually, it actually feels very uncanny because on the men's side, basically everyone hits hard, but with like lots of spin and margin. No, he just blasts through the ball literally as hard as he can every single time. And at some point, a few years back, that used to get him pretty far in some tournaments.
Yeah.
So and he qualified. So maybe not that easy. We'll see.
Yeah. You think though? Again, Musetti, by the way, toolsy.
True.
Success on grass. Yeah, that could be, if Musetti's healthy, like he'll get through that, because Basilashvili is just, he misses a lot.
Yeah.
And then round 2 he'd play Lorenzo Sonego, which I actually think I always think Sonego's never seeded, but he should be. I think I rate him really highly.
Yeah, he's like quite skilled, but the results don't always translate.
He's
that
very
way.
inconsistent as
Yeah.
well. Didn't he make the quarters at Australian Open?
Yeah, he did. He kind of benefited from the Fonseca thing.
Well, beating him.
Yeah.
I would have taken him against Rublev as well. I think he beat Rublev before in a slam.
Sure.
I think Sonego is really good, and I think that's probably the hardest round 2 that you can get, actually. If you ask me, I think he's the best unseeded player on grass.
No, it's Berrettini.
Berrettini seeded.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where he got the points from, but he's seeded. Yeah, he would then play Opelka or Nakashima, like in round 3. Again, this is hard for me. Opelka, obviously, huge server and like one of the best baseliners of all the serve bots that like we've ever seen, actually, I think. And Nakashima, former quarter-finalist at Wimbledon. Or round 4-ish, you won't remember. It's
I don't remember at all.
No, it's the he was in the Christian Green Nick Kyrgios section in 2023, I think.
Okay.
And everyone was like, one of these guys is going to make the semis or
okay.
something. I think that's true.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then Musetti would play in round 4 Ugo Humbert, Gael Monfils, Martin Fucsovics, who qualified and is also a previous quarterfinalist at Wimbledon, David Goffin or Ben Shelton. I think this is a very, very, very hard draw.
Yeah.
As hard as it's going to get on ATP, where it's, yeah. I said this to Sam before, I think Musetti could lose any of those matches. Round 1 would be a bit shocking, but really the others, if he's not 100%.
Yes, so there's something about that, for some reason, the fact that he just pulled out of like all the lead-ups, maybe, or he's just resting after a really intense clay season, that's fine. But there's just something that doesn't really feel right, and he retired in that Roland Garros match. I don't know. I think I would be quite shocked, actually, if he came anywhere close to repeating that semis run from last year.
I forgot he retired at Roland Garros. Yeah, he's definitely injured then. Yeah, so I think this is a kind of an open section and makes, therefore, Sinner's draw like even easier, because he could be looking at playing like Ugo Humbert or Ben Shelton in a quarterfinal.
Honestly, I don't think it's even that much harder than Musetti. Actually,
Easier.
Yeah. I think those are even a bit more dangerous than Musetti.
You watched Ben Shelton play one good match against Alcaraz at Roland Garros, and now all of a sudden you're like,
Humbert is good on grass, really good.
Yeah, but he's not even necessarily going to make it there.
Sure.
I don't think it's
in that world, in that scenario.
Yeah, I think either of those players in a quarterfinal at Wimbledon, you'd be like, yeah, I'll take it.
Sure, yes, that's true. Yeah.
What have you got Musetti's draw then? Out of 5.
I mean, it's like a 2.5 or a 3. I mean, it's not even that much about the draw. It's just I don't feel good about him.
Okay, mine is about the draw, and I put him as 2.5 because I do think that's a hard draw. In fact, I could have gone lower, maybe 2. I put down a few round 1 matches to watch in this section. Dimitrov, Nishioka, Monfils, Humbert. I think those are both good. Monfils, Humbert could be really good.
That's good.
Yeah. The other one, I don't know why I wrote that.
Because it's the only match Dimitrov is going to play, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't. It's because I think I enjoy watching Dimitrov.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's the kind of person I tune into around 1,
sure,
regardless of who he's playing. The second quarter is the 4th seed Jack Draper against the 6th seed Djokovic. Draper opens against Sebastian Baez. He then could play Cilic in round 2, Fabian Marozsan or Bublik in round 3, Koboli, Echeverry or Menchik in round 4. I think that's an easy draw, apart from Bublik.
And maybe Menchik.
No.
Okay.
not that. Imagine Draper losing to Menchik on grass. Like, what would you think of him at Wimbledon?
I mean, if Menchik is like really, really on, maybe.
Serving big. Yeah, no, I think the Menchik thing's not happening.
Okay.
I think he won Miami, and then I think that's it.
Forever.
Forever, yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
I don't really know how that happened, honestly.
It's good.
Right. Okay. Any thoughts on Draper's?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the big thing is Bublik round 3. Obviously, he lost to him a round later at RG, and Bublik is even more dangerous on grass, you could say. So, there's just a lot going on here. On paper, I do like Draper a lot here. I mean, I put him at number 4 in my PRs. And I think he would have really liked a better draw. Or at least, like, you know?
Yeah, me too.
No, it's like, I think in like most other quarters, I would have felt quite good about him, and now he was like, ooh, don't love it that much. Yeah, I'll go with like a 2.5 something. And it's once again, it's a bit beyond just a draw. There's a lot happening. He has been a bit ill, and he's obviously the big British player, honestly, coming in, and lots of expectations, going to be on center every single time. There's a lot.
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm very confident.
Okay.
So a lot happening here, and hopefully he can just ride that wave, but might be a bit tough.
I've got him as a 3 because I think it's a kind draw apart from Bublik. Like, I think Menchik being your Koboli and Menchik being the 2 seeds in round 4. That's pretty nice. I would take that. He would be due to face Djokovic in the quarterfinal. Djokovic opens against Muller, who's a French guy, right? Yeah. Oh, he's the one with Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
Okay. He won a title earlier this year. Yeah. His round 2 against Dan Evans, which I personally think is not a very nice match.
Oh, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, Dan Evans is super toolsy.
Okay. And
he's beaten Djokovic before. I think he'll be fine, but I think that's like a Dan Evans wins a set type thing.
He's not dripping a set to Dan Evans in Big 2025. No way.
Okay. Dan Evans came through the qualifying, so he could be on fire.
Could he?
Yeah, and he's got this crowd support behind him. I don't know. His round 3 could be Eubanks, Kecmanovic, or Mickelson. I like that for him. I think Eubanks is the best player there.
He's probably not getting either.
Eubanks?
No.
Didn't he make the semis a few years ago? Quarters.
The semis?
Quarters?
I think maybe quarters, yeah.
He lost to Medvedev.
Probably.
In 5.
Yeah. I admit he hasn't done that much since. It's the issue.
Well, he's a lot of commentating.
Sure. Maybe that has taught him a thing or two about beating Djokovic. No, I don't think so. I do think I really like that draw for Djokovic. You know, like the one that you mentioned is Dan Evans. We are not looking at something especially difficult.
Yeah. And then actually after that, his round 4 would be Mahatch, Alice, or Dimonor. So
that's actually kind of shocking.
It's a shockingly easy draw. Yeah. Is Mahatch seeded then? I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. And then Dimonor's been bad / injured all year?
Oh, I mean, at least lately, yeah. She hasn't done very well.
Okay. Yeah. So, really would be shocking if Djokovic lost before the quarterfinals. And honestly, if he lost in the quarters, it wouldn't be. Yeah. Wow. So, are we looking at like a comfortable Djokovic semi?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I'll take it. I've got him as 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's something along those lines.
He dropped half a point for the Evans match.
I wouldn't drop anything.
Round 1 matches to watch. Really scraping the barrel. Bublik Munar.
That's decent.
Jaume Munar played like 3.5 hours against Alcaraz in Queens. I think it was Carlos's longest ever best of 3 match. So, I mean, really it's shocking to play 3 hours against Munar on grass.
He's been better now, like way better than before, I would say.
But if you don't mind noise, I would tune into that match.
Yeah.
I mind noise, so I will not be watching Jaume Munar ever. The third quarter, thank God these two meet again. We've got the number 5 seed Fritz against the number 3 seed Zverev. I'm actually not complaining because Fritz always beats him, but they played like 4 times this year.
Not this year.
No, okay.
In the past year.
This would be their 3rd Wimbledon meeting. I'm pretty sure.
That's wild.
That's a lot of times to play. at each other at Wimbledon for two players who are like...
Not that well, hadn't done that well, especially Zverev.
Yeah. Well, no, only Zverev. Fritz is good.
Yeah.
But Fritz's draw, he opens against Giovanni Pecci Pericard, which...
You don't love that on grass, on paper. I just always trust Fritz here, like always. I think he'll be fine.
I think Pecci Pericard's been like not as good recently. I don't know whether the serve isn't going as fast. How does the serve bot do worse than normal?
Yeah, I guess I think it's down to like I don't think the serving in and of itself. I think it's more so like pressure points, and even returns, which is really bad at. Yeah, and ground game never been that great, but probably worse now. So yeah, I don't feel great about Pecci Pericard at the moment. So Fritz should be actually pretty good.
He then plays round 2 against Diallo or Altmaier. Diallo just won a title. He won Sertogenbosch, his first title. So maybe, and actually he's having a good season as well. So it could be like a match to watch. You don't think he's going to beat Fritz yet, though? I don't.
No, I don't think it's just. I don't think I like quite enough game for that just yet. Maybe if Fritz was like in bad form, I'd be like, ooh, no, watch out for that. But I think he'll be fine.
A match between two guys who've both bleached their hair blonde in the last 12 months. There you go. Round 3 would be against Matteo Arnaldi, Botic van der Zandschulp, or Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. That's a bit tricky.
Is it?
I think Fritz could lose to Focky, yeah.
I don't.
Okay. And Arnaldi's like... He's Italian, so he might be good.
He's decent, but on grass not as good.
Okay. Oh yeah, he's the clay guy. Yeah, I remember him. Long hair.
Not that long.
Is he not the one from Rotterdam?
No, that's Beducci.
Oh, okay. There's too many of them. He then would play, for a spot in the quarterfinals, Fritz would play Alexei Popyrin or Daniel Medvedev. So, yeah, it's looking alright for Fritz, I think. He should roll through that. I've got him as 4 out of 5 on that.
I mean...
You're still high on Medvedev.
No, but they're just better around power than that, I think he would much prefer Djokovic's options.
Yeah, or yeah, I mean, I think everyone would. What were his? Yeah, I think everyone would. But yeah, on the whole, you think Fritz, if he's 4 Eastbourne titles, anything to write home about, he should be making through that. Then his quarterfinal opponent would be Zverev, who opens against Rinderknecht. You're reckoning that's a hard round one.
I think that's actually really tough. Something happened. Rinderknecht was like not good for a while. I think he was like injured or something, and then he was actually probably Sinner's hardest match until the RG final, which is
harder than Djokovic.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Before the semis, he had like a really amazing spell of tennis, and he's been like I think doing decent in the warm ups. I don't love that for Zverev actually. I think there's potential for upset here already.
Yeah, and it doesn't get talked about much, but Zverev is fucking shit on grass. Like his results are awful. I think he's
at Wimbledon actually even more so than in the league-ups.
I think no quarterfinals.
No.
Yeah, maybe 1 round 4, something like that. I think it was a while ago.
Oh, no, I think it was against Fritz last year, no?
Oh, did he? Did he play Fritz again?
It's Wimbledon, yeah.
Okay.
I think they played at like both Olympics and Wimbledon or something.
Right.
And the US Open. They just kept playing last year.
Yeah. Yeah. So watch this space. Maybe Rinderknecht is getting a big win in round 1. Then in round 2 he could play Pablo Carreño Busta, who it's unlikely because Carreño Busta's never won a match at Wimbledon, which I think is shocking and disgraceful. He is a Masters champion and an Olympic bronze medalist.
True.
Yeah, never won a match at Wimbledon. Then he could play Matteo Berrettini or Henry Searle. I don't know why I put that there. He could play Matteo Berrettini or any other random who makes it through if Berrettini is too injured to make it through. If Berrettini's good, he should win that.
Yeah, I mean,
regardless of.
that's actually a really big thing. If Berrettini is in like any kind of like decent shape, that's really bad for Zverev. Like really, really bad. Yeah.
Then in round 4, he would play Karen Khachanov or Francisco Cerundolo. So
That's decent. That's pretty easy.
This actually all the way to the semis. I think it's a pretty nice draw for Fritz.
For Zverev. Oh yeah.
No,
Okay.
He's nicer for Fritz because
Yeah.
I think he should beat Zverev here. Berrettini, if he's healthy, it's also a nice little section for him. Like, I genuinely think he could make the semi-final if he's relatively uninjured, but no grass warm-ups, right?
Yeah, no, it's not looking good. I feel actually really bad for Berrettini. It's never ending. Truly, he's the Mukova of the ATP. It's quite tragic.
I wouldn't go that far because like there's a talent gap for me. And Berrettini never had a backhand. Mukova had to develop a non-backhand.
I guess.
Yeah, I think, and also he did have a stretch where he was healthy, like when he was an elite player,
like
top player.
In 2021, and it's been a long time.
Well, 2019 to 2021 or so, he was like, I don't think he was always on and off injured the way like Mukova has been throughout her career.
Okay, if you want.
But last few years have been rough on him, indeed. I've got the round 1 matches to watch in that section. I put Fritz versus Mpechi Pericard. Not for me, because of all the serving, but some people might be interested. Bonzi Medvedev. My boy Benjamin Bonzi is taking on Daniel Medvedev, and I think he's going to get the win. Great grass court player. Very, very talented. And
I've nothing to say to that.
and Rinderknecht Zverev as well. Another... Like, again, I won't be watching, but upset alert, I guess. Then in the final quarter, we've got Rune, the number 8 seed Rune, against number 2 seed Alcaraz. Rune would open against, or does open against, Nicolas Jarry. He could play Teen, Lerner Tien, or Nicolas Basavaredi. Is that what it's called? Nikesh. What's he called?
I don't know.
Okay, Rune could play Lerner Tien or Basavaredi in round 2, both young American players. Then Fonseca, Brooksby or Griekspoor in round 3, and round 4, his round 4 opponents, Lehechka, Norrie, Roberto Bautista or Tiafoe. This is, in my opinion, a horrible draw for Rune. If he were a better player, it wouldn't be a horrible draw, but it's tough.
So the issue is that he's in the 8 seed and we have to talk about him.
No, I think I don't know how Lerner Tien or Basavaredi, either of them are on grass, but I think they're both good. I genuinely think, especially Basavaredi. I know Tien's got all the hype, but Basavaredi deserves the hype that Tien has. Like that could be close matches. Fonseca, good player. Brooksby just made the final in Eastbourne, and Griekspoor just won a title. So I think that's a hard round 3. No matter if he plays one of them. I see 5 sets in his future. Always see 5 sets in Rune's future.
And he's passed and everywhere.
And then the round 4s. Well, he's got Lehechka, who's your 8th favourite.
Right.
And Norrie, who's technically British. Tiafoe, who's fairly good at Wimbledon.
Pushed Alcaraz once.
Yeah, and
that's good. That's
I think he's done other things as well.
Yeah.
I think he beat David Goffin once.
Okay.
Or maybe he lost to him. But yeah, I mean, considering the names that you can get when you sign up to an ATP tournament, this is on the harder end. Alcaraz, who would be Rune's quarterfinal opponent, opens against Fabio Fognini. That's for me, an exciting one. If Fabio Fognini were 5 years younger, maybe.
10, and even then, I'm not,
You're not a Fognini believer, and it's a bad opinion to have. Fognini's super talented, but past the level where he could even... He nearly beat Nadal at the US Open in 2022. Do you not remember?
I remember, but okay.
Yeah, he was great there. In round 2, he would then play Riedi or Tave, which is just... I mean, one of those little boys is going to have the most exciting day of their life going against Alcaraz on a big court, because who the fuck are they? Yesterday we were at dinner and Sam went through the list of players in the draw for Wimbledon, men's Wimbledon, and like picked out some names to see if I knew who they were, and these were two of them. These guys that just couldn't tell you if they were blonde or short or left-handed. Nothing.
Or good at tennis.
Or good at tennis, or old. Well, they're obviously not good at tennis, otherwise we'd know who they were.
That's crazy. Okay.
No offence. But, yeah, so Alcaraz will get to round 3, unless Fanini happens. So Alcaraz will get to round 3. And then he could play Jan Struff or Felix. He owns Felix, like, so badly now. He used to, like, Felix won 3 against him. It was 2 with 1 retirement. And it was like, ooh, this is an exciting rivalry, potentially. Mm. And then, just since then, like,
I mean, Felix has been up to who knows what.
Yeah.
And Rune has still been around, but also kind of weird.
Yeah. And then in round 4, he would play Tsitsipas, Manarino, Lloyd Harris, Zizou Bergs, or Andrei Rublev. So, I mean, Alcaraz is really looking good for a title here, or very least a semi-final. Doesn't matter that much which players you put in front of him, but these are nice players to have in front of you. For Tsitsipas and Rublev to be your like seeded, high seeded round 4.
Yeah, I mean, at least one of them is not making that far at all. Maybe both.
Neither of them. Yeah. Neither of them. I think he'll play like Zizou, maybe? I don't know.
That would be really funny.
Good luck to anyone doing like draw predictions on this section. Tsitsipas outside the top 20 seeds, which is shocking. That happened really quickly. His downfall. I just don't really understand it. But I do have a lot of matches to watch in that section, in the first section, or this fourth section. Teen Basavaredi, I would be there. Fernley against Fonseca. Brooksby Griekspoor. Tiafoe plays Elmer Moller. Do you remember him?
Sure. Backhand.
Yeah, the WTA type guy.
Yeah.
Zizou Bergs against Lloyd Harris. Fanini, Alcaraz. All those I think are worth watching. Yeah. Any kind of comments on the quarterfinals? Who do you think is going to make it through then? What's the expectation?
Yeah, I mean, so I guess it's Sinner against
Humbert, Shelton,
Draper.
Oh no, no,
he's not Draper. Oh, it's Musetti. Yeah. Oh yeah, so not Musetti. So yeah, like maybe Humbert or something. And then it's Djokovic against. I think Djokovic against Draper. I still feel like decent about. Even though there's a Draper question mark, I will still back him to get there. So then it's Fritz. So it can't be Zverev. Can it? Oh yeah, it is Zverev. Yeah. So Fritz against not Zverev.
Berrettini, Khachanov, Cerundolo, Searle.
Khachanov.
It probably will be. I mean, we didn't go through it because he's not good enough, but Khachanov's draw is even easier than everyone else's around here. Like, you haven't heard of the players he's facing. And then the last quarter. Yeah,
that's Alcaraz against who?
Rune.
Oh, and maybe not Rune. So maybe Lehechka or something.
Well, you got to say that, don't you?
Yeah.
Did Seb Corder pull out?
She did.
Okay. I was thinking he's not in the draw. And what are you seeing then for Wimbledon? It's going to be really predictable, right there.
Oh yeah. I think Djokovic, Sinner, Alcaraz are always going to be there, and that fourth name will probably not make a dent. Well, that would be against Alcaraz. So yeah, Alcaraz will actually probably have a really easy time.
Do you think that's good for him? Or is he now at a point where it doesn't really matter?
I don't think it matters all that much, because he'll know that final is a defense beast, so he'll tackle it appropriately. Also,
he can make it difficult when it's not even meant to be. If he feels like, if he fancies a test,
true,
he'll go 5 hours against Hamimuna or
whoever.
Demir Juma.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, I don't think Alcaraz needed any help, but he did get some.
They got it.
So I mean, yeah, that's all. I can barely imagine a world in which he doesn't make that final. Actually, it would be like really, really shocking.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, I mean, Sinner Djokovic should be way tougher than it was at RGO. I mean, or at least it could be. It could be. So can see that being an epic before the final even. So yeah, once again, looks like that tournament might have to be carried by the last few days or so.
Yeah, and I don't know. To be honest, 2 epic finals in a row would make for would be so incredible that, and especially if it were a rematch, that no one would really give a shit what the rest of the tournament was.
Yeah, and it might start feeling like it's just building to that like every single day.
I guess what I can hope for, which I don't really think we got actually at Roland Garros, is that like the random matches between players who are like good-ish in round 3 are entertaining. You know, that's what I think makes a slam great. It's not necessarily like the best players having tough matches all the way through. It's like those fun little matchups of when, you know. Yeah.
I mean, like, Fokina against Schwitz or whoever.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Even worse players than that. Those are the things I like to, you know, because they give you week 1 entertainment when you're probably not going to get it from the best players. And your champion?
I'm going Sinner, just to say I did. It's not a really strong conviction, honestly, but I think it's possible. So I'll go with it.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, if Roland Garros match, I mean, we've said this before, but if the Roland Garros match went the other way, you're thinking, like, whoa. But now we're in a place where it's fairly likely that Sinner takes another loss to Alcaraz in the slam final, like, back-to-back, and then you're looking at, like, what's the future of this rivalry going to look like? And it would be 6 in a row for Alcaraz at that point. So, I mean, we're jumping ahead quite a lot, but, you know.
Yeah.
It's not... It's very much the most likely scenario, and I don't know. You're not concerned for Sinner yet, but you are, like, balls in Alcaraz's court at that point quite heavily. God, is he going to be... Would it be 6 slams?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, on to the women's. Yeah. In quarter 1, we have the number 1 seed who would play the number 1 seed Sabalenka, who would play the number 6 seed Keys. Sabalenka opens against Canadian qualifier Carson Brandstein. Is that her name?
It is.
Okay. She could play Lulu Sun or Marie Boskova in round 2. Round 3 against Raducanu, Vondrousova or Kessler. Round 4 against Elise Mertens, Victoria Golubic or Elena Svitolina. What are you saying?
Tough, really tough. Yeah, I mean, 4th round you do probably feel better about that because those are like overwhelmingly like positive matchups against like Mertens or Svitolina, who she has played and beat like a bunch.
Don't forget about Golubic.
I am forgetting about Golubic, as I should. But yeah, the first 3 I think are really tricky. I mean, second round, who knows? I can't really see her struggling that much against Bushkova, honestly. But for the first round, should be still doable. But obviously that third round is what you're really looking at. You know, it kind of, if that wasn't there, I'd be like, you know, it's fine, decent draw. It looks alright. But when you've got, you know, Wimbledon champion who has just beat her literally in the debut and in the 3rd round, when she hasn't had that much time to like build up like confidence and all of that and like habits on the court, it's like, ooh, you don't love that at all.
Yeah, that is if that happens, that's actually a huge match. Vondrousova though has to get through Kessler first. I think that's her first round, so not easy. We know how I feel about McCartney Kessler.
Yeah. And
she's just won a title, so I think we noticed when we were doing this that there are 3 of the grass lead-up champions in this little section. So that's Vondrousova, Kessler and Mertens. All 3 of them have won grass lead-ups, and I think Goljovic did quite well in Nottingham, maybe a semi-final or something. So, previous quarter-finalist at Wimbledon. Yeah, it's... I don't like it, as in I think every match is going to be tricky. It's a... You know, there's no freebies. Bouzkova could be difficult. She was difficult for Goff at Roland Garros. It was there, right? Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, she was up.
Yeah.
She
should have won a set.
Should have won a set, yeah. And then obviously, it's the Vondrousova round 3 match that's going to be that's going to be everything. We're hoping that happens, and we're hoping they put it on centre court because it would be on Friday.
Yes.
When I will be there, and Sam might be there, hopefully.
Maybe.
Q, depending.
Mm-hmm.
That just could be everything, and I hope Vondrousova shows up. I mean, when she's in good form, she doesn't really lose to, she shows that her level is an elite level. I really still think she's underrated. People don't think of her in the same vein as they do even Mukova, which I find interesting. But yeah, great player. And it doesn't really get any easier for Sabalenka because the next half of her quarter belongs to Keys, who opens against Rusa, who made the final in Satogenbosch. She lost to Elise Mertens there. She could then play in round 2 Olga Danilowicz or Zhang Shuai. In round 3 she could play Leila Fernandez or Peyton Stearns. And round 4 Vekic, Bolter or Badosa. So I also don't think that's very nice.
It's not, none of them are as difficult as Vondrousova would be, but it's just, you don't love any of those rounds, I guess. There's always a little bit of potential for it to go wrong. But still, none of them are the Maria type, where it's that's really a terrible matchup actually. So can still see Keys making it through.
What's Stearns like on grass? Do we know?
Probably not great, honestly.
No.
I don't actually know, but I haven't seen her. Don't think she'll do that much. I even doubt she would actually get to that much.
Yeah, not toolsy enough. Vekic, I think she's not in good form.
No.
Fine, but obviously was in the semi-final last year here, and actually I think she's good on grass.
Yeah.
She has a title where she beat Caroline Garcia in the final. In Nottingham or Birmingham in 2017 or 18.
I wouldn't know about any of that.
Okay.
But I do think that happened, yeah.
Something along those lines potentially is true. And then, Katie Bolter, good on grass. Famously.
Nottingham gold.
Twice she's won her.
But not this year.
Well, she's from Nottingham as well. And home crowd, etc. But has to get through Badosa first. So, yeah. What have you got? What would you rate Sabalenka and Keys' draws out of 5?
Sabalenka is like a 1.5, honestly, or
Oh,
something.
wow. You're that worried about Vondrousova?
Yeah, and I think she should be as well. Keys is like a 2.5.
Okay. I got 2.5 for Sabalenka and 3.5 for Keys, but yeah, maybe we should be more worried about Vondrousova. And also, we didn't even really mention Raducanu, who won't beat Sabalenka.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think if it's not Vondrousova, instantly bump it up to a 3 or 4.5. I think it's fine from there.
But again, another match that's going to be front and center if she plays Raducanu. I've got the round 1 matches to watch. I've got Sabalenka Brandstein, which I don't know why, but
could be fun from what we heard from our Canadian correspondent.
Yeah, indeed. I don't think I've ever seen her play any tennis that wasn't junior doubles.
Even then, I haven't seen her play any days ever. But
so we'll be Son Bouzkova, both former quarter-finalist at Wimbledon. No, Bouzkova's was a round 4. She played against Caroline Garcia and lost in 2022.
Didn't she play against Jabber pretty deep as well?
Oh, was it on?
2022.
I thought
that might be a quarter.
No. I think Garcia beat Bouzkova and then lost to Jabeur. No,
I think it was actually Bouzkova.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
sure
There's
actually.
that point that
Yeah.
Jabeur should have
It's
won.
actually a quarterfinal, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jabeur beat her in a quarterfinal.
Well, there you go. So then, and Sun was quarterfinal last year, or round
Yes.
4. Yeah. So both former quarterfinalists, and Boskova also, people don't really care about it, but the year Vondrousova won, she played her close in 3. Because no one was watching at the time. I think this match had me and Marty watching,
usually,
and no one else, because they didn't think any of them were dangerous. But this is when you could tell that Vondrousova was playing well, I think.
Yeah.
I've also got Vondrousova Kessler. Kessler, greatest player ever.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's actually a pretty great first round. Like, literally 2 lead-up winners. Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah. And that was not easy. Vondrousova's obviously yet to win a match here since her title. She lost round 1 last year to Bouzas Monero.
She was injured.
Yeah, she was injured. But, like, she'll want to have that win again.
Yes.
And then Badosa Bolter. It's quite a few good. I won't be watching that, but others are allowed to.
I do really like those. Actually, all of them.
In the second quarter, we've got the number 4 seed Paolini, who would face the number 5 seed Zheng Qinwen. Paolini, very easy draw, I think, until it gets hard. No, maybe it's not that easy. She opens against Sevastova, then could play Kamila Rakimova or Ito in round 2. Eva Lise or Linda Noskova in round 3. Round 4, Haddad Meyer, Yulia Putintseva or Amanda Anisimova.
I like it until possibly 4th round Anisimova. If it's not Anisimova, I think it's fine.
Really? But I guess, yeah, Putintseva's not the kind of matchup.
Yeah, no, I think she should do well. So yeah, I mean, it's not terrible, but it suddenly gets really tough if it's Anisimova.
Yeah. What about Noskova, round 3?
That's also not that great, huh? Yeah, I somehow like tune it out. Yeah, that's also difficult. Yeah, so I like the first round, and actually, yeah, if it's Noskova, it's also really tough.
Yeah. So yeah, and also if she would have to play Noskova then and Anisimova back to back. Like
that would be quite hard.
I would back Anisimova to win that match.
Me too.
Zheng's draw, in my opinion, this is the only draw I gave 1 out of 5. She opens against Katerina Siniakova, who's got at least 1 title on grass, if not 2.
Yes.
She won Bad Homburg last 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's when you get pulled out.
Right. Round 2, she could play Naomi Osaka. Round 3, Pavlyuchenkova or Kruger. Round 4, Ostapenko, Jabeur, Martic or Schneider.
Do you think it's that easy?
No, I said
it's
one
really
off.
hard.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking it was right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, it's kind of there's lots of potential, like lots of things can go wrong, but like as soon as round 2 literally.
I think even round 1, like Zheng is still not yet at that place, especially on grass where we're like unupsettable.
Yeah.
She lost to Lara Sigemund. A toolsy junk baller.
That's true.
If Siniakova can tools her way past Zheng, she would definitely then also tools her way past Naomi.
Probably.
God. But yeah, I do think Qinwen could lose at any round here.
Yeah, probably,
Especially that round 4, my goodness me.
Yeah, no, that's pretty rough.
So, round 1 matches to watch I got in this section. Putintseva Anisimova, which is a horrible way to open.
Yeah.
For Anisimova, like really, she could lose round 1 or all the way to the quarters. I think, like,
yes,
that's not a nice matchup for her. Pavlyuchenkova Tomljanovic. Tomljanovic, a former quarterfinalist at Wimbledon. You don't care about her.
At this point, I can't really feel no. Yeah, I mean, on paper, yeah, sure, both decent players. I'm not seeing it.
Well, I'll be watching.
Sure.
And Siniakova, Qinwen. Those 3, I think, are...
Yeah.
In the third quarter, we've got the 7th seed Andreeva, who would face the number 3 seed Pegula. Andreeva opens against Maya Sharif, who I didn't realise she played off clay. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen her playing not on clay. She could play round 2 against Teichmann, round 3 against Hailey Baptiste or Potapova, and then round 4, the defending champion Krejcikova, 2-time former champion Kvitova or Emma Navarro. So, what's the thoughts on this for Andreeva?
Yeah, I mean it's I guess it's not terrible. It's just I'm worried about her for somehow. So I don't know. It kind of takes over what I think about the draw. Like it's that type of scenario when you think about like the worst possible scenarios in a lot of ways. I don't know.
Right. I think I like her round 1 and round 2 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
I think Hailey Baptiste, she's playing well. Potapova, apparently she's been crap this year. But
Okay.
Okay.
Baptiste I would worry about Potapova now.
Okay, and then like that round 4, if Krejcikova gets there, you got to be worried.
Yeah. But
If Kvitova gets there, you got to be worried because what the hell? And then like Navarro anyway, she could easily lose too.
Yeah. So it is.
So, but yeah, like at her best,
if she was in better form, I feel like
yeah.
she should be fine. But I'm like
And then her opponent would be Pegula. Pegula opens against Elisabetta Cocciaretto. She could play Tatiana Maria in round 2. Round 3 against Bencic, Alicia Parks or Magda Linette. And round 4, Alexandrova, Eva Jovic, Jinyu Wong or Mukhova. I don't think this is nice. I've put it 3.5 out of 5 and I don't really know why, because I think this is a hard draw.
I mean it's Maria I think could cause like way more trouble against like a bunch of the other seeds,
Yeah.
I think Pegula is one of the seeds I'd be like should be able to handle that actually. Better than honestly Sabalenka, Rybakina, or most of them. Jeez. And then after that, I mean, guess it gets a bit tricky. You wouldn't like it for it to be. She wouldn't like it to be Alexandrova, I guess, because that type of match can kind of like lose control over. But beyond that, I think she can do it. Might be a quarter here.
And like, I guess, honourable mention to Bencic and Mukhova, who both would be tricky, but
injured, yeah.
Both injured. Mukhova's on injury management.
Literally, yeah.
Like, I don't think she's injured, but I think she can't play as well. Is that the same thing?
I mean, if you have to adjust to that extent, you might as well be fully injured.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But I don't think it's as much like a concern where, we think she might have to retire from a match. Yeah. It's more like her game is worse now because she's decided to try and slice backhands.
Yeah, and
I think there's a subtle difference. I don't know if it makes a difference to the outcome.
It's just, she won't pull out, but also she just won't play very well.
Yeah, basically. So with someone like Krejcikova, you think if she makes it to round 4, she's probably healthy enough and is playing well enough.
Yes.
If Mukhova makes it to round 4, Pegula could still beat her because she's not playing her top level, probably.
Yes.
The matches to watch I got, Krejcikova opens against Alex Iala, which just screams another Czech reigning champion losing their opening match on centre court to a Hispanic. Does Iala speak Spanish? She must.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, she also went to the Rafa and Nadal Academy. So that should be exciting, and it feels not dissimilar to the Diane Parry.
Yes.
When she was defending Roland Garros.
It would be kind of tough to lose that round in both of your slam defense attempts. Huh.
But she's been injured on both of them.
Yes.
We know that Krejcikova just likes to be in London and riding the tube, or other things that she might call the tube. Kvitova Navarro, round 1 match.
Yes, so I think if I'm Navarro, I'm like, I don't love that for her. On paper, she should be fine, but you never know. It's like maybe Kvitova will be like, my last Wimbledon, I gotta go out on a big last moment, kind of like Serena at the US Open at some time. So
she's losing in 3 to Tom Lijanovic, basically.
Yes. No, it's I'd back Navarro actually. I would, because I don't think I think she would know that she just has to make it long and make it physical, and she should be fine that way. But yeah, you never. I guess as long as Kvitova has like 2 legs to stand on, and a serve and ground strokes she can hit, you never fully confident.
Yeah. By the way, Kvitova announced that she'll be retiring at the end of the year,
yes.
So this is going to be her last Wimbledon. Unfortunately, I find it very sad. She was always such a great player to watch, and I remember watching her 2011, was that her first one?
Yes.
Yeah, her 2011 win. There's the players who win Wimbledon are always like quite famous in the UK, and she won it twice, so she was like, as a British person, she was always kind of quite a relevant tennis player. Just a great player, great watch. I'm sure we'll like talk about her more when she does actually retire. By the way, is Caroline Garcia in the draw?
I don't think she is. No.
Did she literally just retire?
No. She wants to play the US Open or something.
Okay. But not Wimbledon. Who does she think she is?
I think she's injured.
Right. Okay. Yeah, other round 1 matches to watch. I've got Mukova Jinyu, who played the Berlin final and beat Coco there. And who else? Samsonova?
Yes.
Anyone else?
Probably. I don't remember.
Okay. So, yeah, not happy about that for Mukova. Really. And then I also have Alicia Parks and Bencic, because Bencic loves to play black women. She's got like I'm pretty sure, crazy good record. So she'll be showing up for that match even if she's injured.
She can beat Parks injured.
Is Parks better or worse than Yastremska?
They're like cousins.
Okay. And then in the fourth quarter, the final quarter, the number 8 seed, Iga Swiatek plays against, or might play against, the number 2 seed, Coco Gauff. Have they ever played in the Slam outside Roland Garros?
No.
Yeah, interesting. So maybe we'll see if this happens. Iga opens quite famously against Polina Kudermetova. She would then play Katie McNally in round 2. Katie McNally, who's back on the scene. Round 3 against Danielle Collins or Marta Kostyuk. I've seen this film before. Round 4 against Clara Towson, Anna Kalinskaya, Maria Sakkari or Elena Rybakina. Thoughts on the draw?
Literally take Rybakina out and it's great. Or at least it's fine. It's good.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's decent. But with her in it, it's like you really don't like that at all. That's literally, I think, the hardest round of 16 for like any of the top seeds. I think it's just. I mean, yeah, we put her. Both of us put her in our top 3. So that's what you don't want so early on, especially. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's like a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put 2.5. I don't really know why. I think she could struggle even against Katie McNally, who's super toolsy. I think she could struggle against Danielle or Kostyuk, who, like, not renowned grass players, but like hard round 3s, really.
Yeah.
Towson. I mean, it's just hard to know exactly what her level is on grass. Like, whether these players are players she should be expected to beat. Like, does a good level Collins beat Iga on grass?
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't know.
Kalinskaya made the Berlin final last year. Sakkari nearly won Wimbledon in 2022, apparently.
I don't know who said that.
So, yeah. Not really anywhere to hide, that's what I think, in the draw here. She would play Coco Gauff in the quarterfinals. Coco opens against the worst player in the world, Diana Yastremska, who is somehow the worst player in the world, but also a tricky round 1.
Yes, I can hold both of the thoughts at the same time and have it kind of make sense.
Doesn't make sense to me.
I understand.
Yeah. Her round 2 would be Azarenka, or could be Azarenka. Round 3 could be Kenin or Taylor Townsend. Round 4, Maya Joint, Ludmila Samsonova or Daria Kazatkina. What do we think here?
I think the names themselves are not that difficult. It's just really about her, what she's what she's doing, you know, like if she's playing like decent tennis. If she's playing decent tennis even on grass, I think she get through unless she faces like a really good Samsonova or something. The famous, you know.
The match that started it all. Actually,
that's true.
I really do attribute the 2023 hardcourt summer run to that loss to Kenin. I think if she'd gone out like with a decent sort of round 4 appearance, losing in 3,
maybe
she wouldn't have like been like, oh fuck, and made the changes necessary.
That's true. So yeah, and on the other side of that whole quarter, I actually think if it's actually Swiatek against Rybakina, I think it's huge. I think it's a huge match for like the tournament as a whole, because if they do meet each other,
we said that last time as well.
Yes, and if they do meet each other, it's like the winner of that will probably come into the quarterfinal feeling really great. So, and in that scenario, I would be worried about Coco or like anyone.
And your thoughts on Joint or Samsonova's chances against Coco?
Can't. It's Samsonova. I can't, you know, feel good. Can't feel too bad either. I think she can do it, but I just doubt that she will because she is who she is.
Yeah. I'm interested to see Maya Joint. You know, like whether she's gonna. It feels like she's having a Diana Schneider-esque year.
Yes, I can see that just before.
But Schneider not at all translated it to bigger tournaments, and in fact is having a pretty mediocre this season. Maya Joint just won that incredible final against Iala in Eastbourne. So yeah, I think there could be some good matches here, maybe. But I think Goff has to be pretty happy with this because Kasatkina being your highest seed.
Yes.
Take it. Samsonova, like, you never know whether she's actually going to get there. In terms of matches to watch, I've got Towson Watson, round 1. Hev is back. Sakari Blinkova.
Yes. Oh, and Blinkova could face Rybakina in the second round, so maybe that's a big issue.
I don't think it's... I think we're past the Blinkova era.
Yes. The notion of a Blinkova era is so funny. Okay.
Joint Samsonova, Kenin Townsend, and Yastremska Goff. All, I think, round 1 matches worth watching, really. What were your takes overall on the draw, predictions and things like that? What are we expecting?
It's my big issue here. I find it really hard to feel great about anyone. You know, it's weird because it's not like the top players are playing like terribly. You know, it's not like everyone is like in bad form or like injured, or it's just something about Wimbledon these past few years, and I doubt everyone a little bit, which you don't want. Like, I came into RG, I didn't doubt Sabalenka or even Goff like at all. I was like really confident they would go very far, and she was like, I mean, Sabalenka should go far, but maybe she just loses next Friday, so it's like, so what? It's a bunch of things like that, you know. Rybakina could go really far, but then maybe she somehow loses earlier, or like is like pressured against Siga and then loses. You just don't feel good about or, you know, you don't feel terrible, you just don't feel great about anyone, really. So,
and then you also have a lot of like injuries or kind of injuries to the players that you might like otherwise circle. So it's like Krejcikova, Mukova, these. Yeah,
that's it. You know, it's like you don't love the top seeds, but you also like don't really love the outsiders all that much either. So it's like, okay,
it's Vondrousova or Anisimova's title to take.
Basically, that's really the outsiders I feel like best about.
I genuinely, what is this my top 4 of the power rankings? I think one of Sabalenka, Keys, Anisimova, or Vondrousova wins.
Okay, like I can see that, you know, but I also can see not that.
Well, yeah, you always have to leave it open for not that.
Yes, for sure, but like especially here, I feel.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think it's more open than the last like 2 years?
It might be, yeah.
Well, who was like favourite last year? Who was even?
I mean, Sabalenka pulled out.
Yeah.
So that's.
And I think she pulled out quite late, so we didn't really even have time to kind of.
Like a bunch of people predicted her to win the title when she pulled out.
Yeah, because then someone took her spot, and they were really far in the draw chat. Did you have that?
I probably did, yeah.
Someone random. Who was it? Who took her seeding? It was like Diana Schneider or something.
No, probably someone worked on that.
No, because it was before. Like it was someone who would have got seeded. I think she pulled out at that time where like the seedings get adjusted.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just this is still the Wimbledon chaos era, and I'm not sure we're out of it, basically.
Yeah, indeed. And no one's won twice since Kvitova? Serena didn't win twice after then.
She won in 12. Oh yeah, she
15.
Did. She won a bunch of times actually. Yeah, she won.
Did she?
12, 15,
13.
No, she lost to Yoseki.
Yes, of course she did.
16, I think. No, Kerber won.
Kerber won. No, Kerber won 18.
That's true. Okay, so
lost
she
16.
She did beat Kerber in 16. Yeah.
Right, so
three times.
Yeah, so yeah, but basically people don't win Wimbledon twice.
No, they don't anymore at least.
At least, yeah, it's like Kvitova managed it, and obviously Serena did it, but for a while it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Do you think it's happening this year? I mean, there's like 2 people we look at.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No. So you don't think Rebecca or Vondrousova are winning?
They could. I just don't.
This is not how predictions work.
Yeah, no, I know, but yeah, I haven't actually like gone through the draw and like actually decided who I'm picking.
Okay, well you have to do it now. Who's your choice for the final? We can rewrite it, but
sure. Final would be like. It's so funny. I want to put Sabalenka in the final, but I keep thinking about Osvaldo so much. You know, it's messing me up. So I'll go. If I approached it the same way I did, so RG1, it would be Sabalenka Rybakina. You know, that would be my like safe. You know, I feel decent about it.
And the winner
of that would be Rybakina.
Oh no, you can't give Sabalenka 3 final losses. That's...
Oh. But I don't think it will be them. That's actually way too predictable for what this is.
Yeah, this is why I do my outside the box thing. It's
in this tournament especially, you probably feel quite good about that. I can see we genuinely see like Anisimova in the final.
Yeah, I hope so.
So what about you?
Don't like to show my cards too early. Let's go. Anisimova against. Where's Ons? There's 2 people I want to pick who are in the same half. No, yeah, okay. No, I don't think Anisimova's making it that far. No, Anisimova will beat Rybakina. No, I can't. No, I don't know. I can't even. This is even too chaotic for me. I know. Yeah. I don't even like. No, Madison Keys will lose to. No, I can't think of something. I can't even make up something I feel good about. Yeah, no, I know. No. Go back to basics. Anisimova will lose to Andreeva.
Okay.
Done. I don't feel good about it.
No, you shouldn't.
Wow. Okay, I'm excited then for the women's draw. Yeah. Have we got like any news or anything worth discussing? Sabalenka and Goff are friends again.
Yes, and
for the cameras.
Speaking of cameras, they are trying to bait us with Alcaraz and Raducanu, which
I've been baited.
I think they're good friends. You know, it's cute or something.
No, I think they started it for the sponsorship and everything, but then they were like, actually, I quite like talking to you. And you know what? They were friends since 2021. Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah, they had this thing where you're like, oh,
they chatted.
They were both like doing well. It was like, oh, these teenagers, you know, taking over the world or whatever.
So it's not as fake as kind of.
It's not. It's just not as fake. I think they probably are texting like every few months, and it's just been a thing, and now it's like because they are in that mixed doubles thing. It's like, ooh, gotta talk about it. But yeah.
I've got a kind of like riddle thing for you.
A riddle?
It's not a riddle.
Are you Bjork? Do you not have that reference? I know. That's interesting. It's like
I'm not a huge Bjork fan.
It's like a random meme that someone like came up with on Twitter. It's like voiceover of her being like, "I have riddle," and it's pretty hard to explain.
Feels like a deep.
Yeah, it was really funny like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have to figure out all the details of it, but I can give you some details. Okay. This is a list. There's a stat list. Okay. 2 WTA players. Let me see. 1 WTA player left this list in grass court season. 1 ATP player left this list in grass court season. Dominic Thiem, until his retirement, was on this list. And Iga is still on this list. And I want you to tell me what the stat is.
Slam champions who have never won a title or something.
Not quite.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Was that close?
Someone who lost in qualifying on the women's side is on this list.
Andreescu.
Mm-hmm.
Slam champion who have never won like 4 matches in a row on grass or something. But Iga did. She made the quarters, so that's 4 matches. So yeah, it's another play.
Raducanu's on this list.
US Open champions who
1 ATP player and 1 WTA player left this list in grass season.
I think it has to do with slam champions.
Yes,
if we are
does.
talking about
Yeah.
Thiem and Andreescu and all of that. So Medvedev won the US Open.
He is not on this list.
Okay.
And he wasn't on the list for very long either.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Iga had the chance. Did I tell you Iga had the chance to leave the list?
By winning by Thornberg.
Mm.
So it's slam champions who don't have titles on all surfaces.
No, there's so many of them. Sabalenka doesn't.
That's true. Then I don't know. What would they if
Golf
changed?
is on this list.
So it's players who haven't done something. US Open champions is the first
Not
one.
just no.
Slam champions
Mm-hmm.
who
It's like the Phoebe Bridgers tweet.
yeah, hot people who eat croissants are dangerous. Very true.
Do you want me to tell you the players who left this list?
I'm going to be so now. Yeah, please do it.
Okay, Vondrousova and Alcaraz left this list in grass season.
They won grass 500s both, and they are both slam champions. And then I still got nothing.
So close.
It's to do with titles and with slam. And
It's exactly that. It's just put those two things together.
It's not titles on all surfaces. Well, no, it's not.
It's more simple.
It's not titles on all surfaces.
It's not important that we're on grass right now. It's not important that we're on grass, that they won titles on grass.
It's got nothing to do with grass. So it's like players who... No, from just what? She did that 2 years ago. How can those two be linked? I don't get it. I'm confused.
Should I tell you?
Yeah.
Slam champions with no subsequent title.
Okay. So... Oh yeah, so we're going to see on that list. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And
Andreescu's on the list.
Yeah,
Iga's on the list. Vondrousova was on the list. Iga didn't win another title since her last slam.
I was thinking first slam.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah,
so that's what messed me up.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, you guys won a bunch of titles.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Pretty good, actually. I just got confused for like no reason.
Yeah, okay. Great. Anything else?
Looking forward to it. I mean, first time attending Wimbledon as a potential match attendee.
Potential spectator.
Yes, that was such a weird way to word it. Okay.
I mean, you'll get grounds passes no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there on Friday and hopefully some other days as well. I'm looking forward to it. Best slam of the season, indeed. Yeah.
On the women's side, I'd take that, yeah.
Well, no, actually, okay, I lie. It's very rarely the best slam. It's probably like my favourite occasion. My favourite tennis occasion.
Yes, okay.
I always say it's the only time I'm allowed tennis on the big screen.
I see.
At home. Unless there's like nothing else on. Or no one's in here. Yeah.
Thank you for listening. We'll check back. And watching. That's true. We are now YouTubers.
Maybe.
Or
we'll see.
Or something. Thank you for all of that. We'll check back with you probably at some point within the next 10 days. And we'll try to stay active on socials to, give you some insider tea, I guess, as, Wimbledon spectators, yeah.
Potential spectators.
Potential spectators, right. And thank you for listening and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.